So, what do you think about the current condition of sports in India?
I think sports is definitely in its sunrise time, and it's actually at a very interesting inflection point with the demographic dividend that we have in India, and the whole rural effect. The rural and urban upliftment of sports. I think the entire sports chain is getting more and more noticed, is getting more and more push. I think government support is there. I think I think infrastructure needs to be uh, two things. Infrastructure that is already there needs to be better utilized. Like they say, you need to sweat your asset a little more. So I think that needs to be done, and I think there are efforts happening. India is a very large country. We spoke about the young demographics. We spoke of how sports can start really developing at the grassroots. So there's also things like sports in education curriculum. So sports really gets started from really the very early years. And I think in terms of investment in sports by corporates, both by broadcasters, by owners of franchises, when they go into a league format, I think all these eventually help in bridging not just the gap but also in the opportunity that these various sports verticals have to offer. The sports industry as a whole, I think, benefits when you have events like this, when you have a mix of participation from government officials, from federations, cricket, and of course all the other sports. India is definitely ready for a second, third sport. You're already seeing that happening. You have successful leagues apart from the great cricket that happens in our country, the which is of course in the form of the IPL as well. You've seen the badminton league, you've seen the kabaddi league, you've seen the hockey league. Tomorrow you have the wrestling league. Sometime, ISL has been a very big push for football, and I think they are very conscious of the long-term gestation that is required to build football as a very large sport in our country. And I think they're doing it very wonderfully with steps to also do grassroots development. So I think you're seeing a lot of very positive inputs happening. Of course, these inputs will be sustained, they will be persistent, and you will see, a lot of growth in the coming times. It's evident.
And so, what can be done to get recognition to sports as an industry in India?
Well, I think recognition of sports as an industry will definitely happen. I think it's already got a lot of support from not just the private public partnership across sports. I think there are big companies like the Tata Group, and maybe even some PSUs that have been supporting sports persons at an individual level. So I think such collaborative efforts, need to be continued, given much more impetus. And there were a lot of talk on among the other panelists also what can happen. So I think slow and steady, but definitely progressive steps are being made.